Tony Celzo here with the Zipline. Man, we have had such great guests this month just on the show from iGo Digital, for HubSpot being on. Now I'm really trying to change stuff up, really speaking to the future of what marketing automation and what is the real future of the whole sales process in general. And so I brought one of my colleagues on today, Joe Dager with Business 901, is probably one of the smartest guys that you could really talk to, and understanding how this process of sales is getting, to use your term, leaner and leaner and leaner, right? How we are seeing more efficiencies in this entire process. And Joe, talk to us a little bit about your background, what brings you to, what made Business 901 a reality, and then speak to kind of your subject matter expertise in the sales and marketing process.
Well, how Business 901 started is I have always been running manufacturing companies, but I was always the marketing guy, okay? If, you got to make a living. You got to be out there, right? And so I was always the marketing guy driving the sales and everything, and I sold the two manufacturing companies off that I had at the time, and I started a lot of project management work. And I did a lot of Lean Six Sigma work, went ahead and, became a black belt and did all them things. But really what I enjoyed and what I kept doing was the marketing. Sure. And as I gravitated to that, I saw that marketing was really missing a process. Right. We always thought the greatest technology, the greatest, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, we're all grabbing the next technology out there, right. But there was never a process to say we're getting better.
Well, and I think the process has changed, hasn't it? Like, since when I started selling boxes, 10 years ago, the process was go find the smokestacks, go in the place where the smokestacks are at, find the guy that buys the boxes, initiate a relationship with them, and see if they'll buy your boxes. Now it's completely different. The internet has changed everything. That guy won't return my phone call. It doesn't feel bad about returning our email. It's completely changed. The game is it's starting over from the ground up, isn't it?
Oh, I think so. Yes, it's no longer, it's more like when you say a game. It is a game. Okay, it's very much like the gamification type things. It's how you engage someone easily and how that engagement happens. And the funnel no longer is this typical, marketing funnel per se. I even wrote an article that, the marketing funnel's dead now, okay? It's killed. It's more about engaging people and being out there and leaving people come to you. The old pull style of marketing. Or not old, the new pull style of marketing.
It's more and more important because selection is at our fingertips, right? We can always replace our lawyer, our dentist, our doctor, and most of us think we can be as smart as those experts if we just read enough on the internet. And so you've got people walking in talking to their doctor saying, well, here's my self-diagnosis of myself, and you got to wonder what that guy's thinking. How did he get all this information? What gives him the right? But to your point, getting to a place where they're landing and finding you as the content expert is really where we see marketing going. Where do you see it going?
Well, I agree with that, but also knowledge is free. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just free out there. Like you said, you can Google it. You can be the doctor. It's really engaging with people outside of that knowledge area a lot. Okay, that's how you gather the people and how you attract them to them, because people, when you solicit business, you don't trust a phone call. You don't even trust when they say that they're a company on the other end. You kind of listen to the words to see if they're representing the company, if they're, how the words are actually said. And it's, so you have to seek it, find it yourself, and the referral process, whether it's a friend, whether it's, is even becoming stronger, right. Okay, today.
Joe, when you're working with these guys that I know with your unique niche in manufacturing, and I gotta think there's a lot of education you're doing on the front end for them to even understand why they're going to engage you, then apply lean towards that sales and marketing process, and then what are the tools that they're going to need along the way in working with you? How do they know whether or not you're the right fit for them?
Well, it's The right fit for me is someone that has typically wants to create. I'm going to start that over. The right fit for me is someone that typically has a continuous improvement background, that wants to continuously improve something. We start out going out with standard work. You have to go and put what you're doing now. Okay, people always want to innovate. They want to be out there and be the big eye of innovation. But to be a good innovator, you really have to do the little I, the continuous improvement. And to do continuous improvement, you have to have a basis of standard work. Most people don't like to hear that, the creative process of marketing and everything. They want the greatest and best idea. But the greatest and best idea has to be something that works within your culture and within how you do things, or just putting Facebook out there is no different than the push marketing in the past, putting a Facebook page. You have to build it around the culture of your company because it has to become part of everyday work.
Now, Joe, one of the things that we do in working with our clients, and maybe you can tell us if it speaks to that, is we bring our process to how we're going to market and sell with them. And we show them where we're picking up the baton and handing it to them. And we define that process very clearly. But one of the things that we end up doing out of that is creating an infographic that illustrates the benchmark or the baseline of the system. Do you think that's a good step do you think that's a good first step for clients like yours to do when they're trying to figure out how do all these pieces fit together? What is our baseline for marketing and sales? We don't even understand it right now. We're in the business of manufacturing widgets or nibblers. How do we even understand how we market and sell these things? Don't you think that there's a lot of mystification out there that these companies don't really even understand what they're doing currently?
Oh, I firmly believe that. I think it's a great idea because I don't think you can improve without a baseline. And to be able to show that and identify that is really your first step. Without that, you're just throwing darts. And when you look at how people find you now, it is so flat. There may be 30, 40 different ways, whether it's the internet, the 20 different ways or 100 different ways of the internet, whether it's trade shows, whether it's sales calls, whether it's direct mail. All of them have great possibilities, but which one works for you and your particular customer segment? You can't do them all.
Yeah. So I got one more minute that we for the show, and I want people to really understand before they leave, Joe. What is the one reason, the best benefit they get out of using you to apply a lean towards their sales and marketing process as a consultant? What is the net end result they're going to get? What's the ROI at the end of the day?
The ROI at the end of the day is that you're going to improve. You're going to go from point A to point B and know that you're improving what should be a result in sales. We're going to set up standard work, okay, so that you can be able to do what you're doing now seamlessly. Then we're going to take that out of the whirlwind. We're going to take and improve that continuous improvement. Okay, we'll be able to go ahead and take that out of the whirlwind. You'll have your standard work, your everyday work, and then separate that out to improve a certain area. After that, after you build an improvement process within your company, then you can attack the big I successfully. Okay, the big I of innovation. Because if you just jump and try to do something way out there, okay, to do something different, the likelihood of failure is pretty high.
It is, and so if you're out there, Business 901, and you're looking at or confused by or don't even understand what your marketing sales system is doing or where the baton is tossed, if you want to get a standardized baseline, understand where improvement can be, and then understand where innovation opportunities are, Business 901 is a great place to start. Joe, we love having you on the show. You've been Zip, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.